So, hey, do you want to tell the people your name and what it is that you do?
My name is Kain. I'm a communication skills coach, and I help people communicate. That's essentially what I do in a quick sentence. I'm also an author. I also have a podcast, but mainly I'm just focused on helping people communicate because Cliff, it's the number one skill in any avenue of life, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's getting a wife, whether it's just getting better at business. If you can't communicate, then it's really, really difficult to get that. So that's why I focus on that skill, and that's why I really like helping people solve that problem.
Hey, I love that. And I want to ask you the question because I would actually second communication is one of the most powerful skills you can have. What got you into that?
That's a really good, really, really good story. So, what really sparked my whole interest in this is I was a social worker in Australia, and I worked in these environments with these kids. By the time they're 10 years old, live in 100 different homes. I don't know if you can imagine what they would do to your sort of perspective and how you kind of saw relationships. And then I was really like bright-eyed and full of optimism going to this first home, right? And one of the kids was like standing in the kitchen, and he was like sitting there waiting, getting ready for school. And I was like, "Hey, you might want to get ready for school, mate, because you'll be late for the bus." And then he turned around, pulled out a knife, and said, "If you keep talking about school, I'm going to put this into your head." And I was completely shocked, right?
Yeah.
My mouth went dry, my heart was beating in my chest, and I don't remember anything in university about knife negotiation skills. But what I kind of learned from that process, Cliff, is that you have to learn how to communicate in totally different ways. And I thought I was great at communication skills, but when it actually came to a point where I needed it in a really tight situation like that, I had terrible skills. So that sparked my journey and teaching people and trying to help them communicate in a lot better way, and but where people actually not just hear what you say, but truly listen.
That is powerful. And one thing that I've heard people say is turn your pain into your purpose. And
Mm.
it sounds like you've done that. So
Mm.
awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
Cliff.
you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. And I just want to just bring up this book that I got today. So I actually came to America to launch this book, and this is why I've got these stunner shades on because when
Uh-oh.
the lights are bright,
Uh-oh.
you need some relief for your eyes,
I
right?
like it.
So I got this book here called The Way of the Toxic Male, right?
Yeah.
And as you can see, this is actually a Greek statue of a guy. It's a boxer, and I put some shades in it because the whole concept of toxic masculinity is thrown around now for men, and I think a lot of guys are kind of struggling whether it's like, do I be a man and kind of get into that sort of realm, or do I follow the other advice of like connecting and being true to my feelings, right? But my whole concept is that we need to kind of return back to masculine values, but also have emotional vulnerability, be able to share what we're truly going through and have that connection. So that's what I kind of champion in this book. And I'm blessed to be here today at the International Podcast Awards of 2025 to talk about this and to be a speaker. So thank you very much for having me.
That's so awesome. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, pleasure to meet you too, Cliff.
Thank you so much.